made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier, because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, and welcome again. Great to be with you, and we're almost completed now. A few more odds and ends in this studio, and it's all good. Even behind me, I see that they put a little sign. It says iHeartRadio, 1250 WHNZ. Okay. Joshua, can you take that camera and just raise it up a little bit, even if you take me out of it, just do by hand for people watching. There you go. There's the whole sign. Yeah, just leave it like that for a bit. Just get a headshot of me. I look like John the Baptist. That's a joke. You know what they did to John the Baptist, right? They beheaded him. So all you're seeing is the top of my head. Great to be with you. So that's iHeartRadio, 1250 WHNZ. That's where this show originates, out of iHeartMedia in Tampa, Florida. And been doing that. We've been doing that for about 10 years now. So it's all good. Glad you're here. Glad to be with you. And Dr. Gifford Jones will be along today. And he knows several people that I know, it turns out. Richard Passwater, Michael Murray, Dr. Michael Murray, Dr. Marita Show. So that's good. There's a nice connection there. If you're not familiar with Dr. Jones, stay tuned. You'll have a lot of fun. He's a great guest to have on the show. I enjoy my interactions with him. We get a lot of good response to Dr. Jones. Very engaging. Has a lot of experience. We'll talk to him. I always somehow weave that into my conversations with him. He's 91. He's working on 92. He's 91 years old. And into his 92nd year of life here, I'd have to have the IQ of a monkey not to ask him about his experiences. Why? My goodness. You have to do that. He has a lot of stories to tell. 877-897-8255. You may have a story to tell, and you're certainly welcome to tell it on this show. And that's a toll-free number. If you're calling from outside the United States, you cannot use that number. You have to use 813-636-8255. So like if you're in Canada, you're going to have to use that number, 813-636-8255. But the toll-free within the continental United States is 877-897-8255. I have guests that do call, by the way, from outside the U.S., from Austria, Germany, wherever. It's all good. I'm working on a paper dealing with sugar. My typical mode of operation is when I'm working on a project, I'll end up talking about it on the show and sharing it with you. And when I get it finished, we'll talk about sugar, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I think there's a lot of hyperbolic rhetoric about sugar. I do think that the overconsumption of sugar is not without its consequences, for sure. But to hear, when you get into the literature and start reading the various accounts about sugar, you would think that somehow when Lucifer was thrown out of heaven, that he's the guy that cooked up this demonic ingredient. It's not. Sugar is, found in carbohydrate food and is made by the body and is fundamental to your survival. No sugar, no ATP, you die. I'm just saying. So we have to sort of put things in perspective, and I'll try to do that, and I'll share that with you. A lot of people have jobs where they're making critical decisions. My guest for many years during his career, all throughout his career as a surgeon, was doing exactly that during a surgery. And I guess I don't know what surgeons think about if maybe Murphy's Law is in play with surgery. If anything can go wrong, it will. Then you have to be prepared and alert. You got airline pilots, police officers, firefighters, military personnel in the field fighting battles, making decisions, critical decisions when in a crisis. How about parents at home with children when some crisis occurs? For example, I remember my mom, the lady across the street, her child had swallowed a toy or some object, and the child was choking to death. And my mother could hear the lady screaming. And my mother, this was years ago, my mother ran out the door and was trying to locate and was from across the street. My mother ran over there. The lady was in a total panic. Didn't know, was standing there frozen, screaming. And my mom said the baby was actually blue. And my mom grabbed the baby, turned it upside down, hit it on the back, and out popped the toy. Geez, I don't know where I pulled that from. That's a long, I didn't plan on telling you that story. I don't know where that came from. Nevertheless, that happened. That was a moment of crisis. Turns out that loss of sleep will impede your decision making. This is a study out of Washington State University. And they said in the story that the difference between life and death in the operating room. Boy, you don't think I'm going to ask Dr. Jones about that today? Absolutely. Or the battlefield, or doing a police shootout. They said often comes down to the ability to adapt to the unexpected. I've been wondering and thinking about if you heard all these stories reported in the news lately, where people being shot, police officers engaging in behavior that's getting them into all kinds of trouble. One wonders how much of that could be due to just, they're making bad decisions. And are they suffering from sleep deprivation? Are they under too much stress, or a combination of both? You have a lot of public servants that work long shifts, on duty, 24 hours, 48 hours. They sleep, but they're on duty. They're not, I just wonder. But sleep deprivation makes it very, very difficult to make good decisions when you're caught up in a crisis. That's what this study was all about. Clearly caught my attention. I thought you would be interested in it as well. For the first time, these Washington State University researchers created a laboratory experiment, no less, that simulated how sleep loss affects critical aspects, they said, of decision-making in high-stakes, real-world situations. Their results, it was reported in the news release, provide a new understanding of how going without sleep for long periods can lead doctors, first responders, military personnel, and others in a crisis situation to make catastrophic decisions, close quote. Boy, this is relevant. Get your sleep. Try Solace, S-O-L-U-S. Go to takesolace.com, by the way. Great product, been on the market for years. It works. That's what we talk about around here, things that work.
At Nordic Naturals, we know that a commitment to deliver the world's safest, most effective omega oils requires an exceptional process. That's why we manage every step of production from boat to bottle. That includes sustainably sourcing wild-caught fish from well-managed fisheries. It means using state-of-the-art equipment and technology at our manufacturing plant in Arctic Norway. Nordic Naturals bottles and encapsulates our omega-3s at our own facility and carefully ships products from our eco-friendly headquarters in California. The result? Nordic Naturals products have received more than 40 awards for taste, innovation, and product excellence. You can trust the quality of Nordic Naturals products and know you're getting all the health benefits omega-3 fish oils offer. Nordic Naturals' high-quality, great-tasting omega-3s make staying healthy easier for you and your family. When choosing an omega-3 fish oil product, choose the #1 fish oil in the U.S. Choose Nordic Naturals. Available at natural product retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm a busy mom, always on the go. Whether it's for business, pleasure, errands, or carpools, I don't have much downtime, so I really appreciate the convenience of Ultimate Flora RTS Probiotics from Renew Life. RTS stands for room temperature strains, which means they're probiotics that don't require refrigeration. They're packaged in handy on-the-go blister packs, so they can travel with me anywhere. I take an Ultimate Flora RTS Women's Probiotic every day to support my feminine health. And my husband enjoys the convenience of Ultimate Flora RTS Daily Probiotic to support immune health and promote digestive balance. Both have 15 billion live probiotics in each capsule. And all Ultimate Flora RTS probiotics have once-a-day delayed release capsules and guaranteed potency until the expiration date. Experience the convenience of Ultimate Flora RTS probiotics today. Available at health food stores everywhere. From Renew Life, the digestive care experts.
Is your skin showing signs of aging? Do you want hair with more body and stronger nails? Add NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C to your daily routine to help you regain your youthful, vibrant appearance. Collagen is the body's key structural protein, and it is critical to the elasticity and strength of connective tissues like skin, ligaments, and tendons. Recent clinical studies suggest that supplementing with collagen may reduce wrinkles and increase the firmness of your skin, improve the thickness of your hair, and strengthen your nails. Previously, medical studies also show a wide range of benefits from collagen supplements that may help with your joint pain, bone strength, and exercise recovery. NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C provides 100% pure collagen that's hydrolyzed for maximum absorption. Results are felt and seen within weeks. Super Collagen Plus C promotes a healthy body by providing specialized nutritional support to help fight the effects of aging. NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C products are available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold.
Medi-C Plus. The C in Medi-C Plus stands for vitamin C, and the plus stands for lysine. Did you know vitamin C is arguably the most important water-soluble antioxidant in the human body? Or that we cannot produce vitamin C on our own like animals do? We need Medi-C Plus to meet our daily needs. Medi-C Plus provides the body with a high concentration of vitamin C and lysine, which work together to build collagen for optimal heart health. Dr. Gifford Jones, graduate of the Harvard Medical School, developed Medi-C Plus after his own heart attack 16 years ago. With the help of Medi-C Plus, Dr. Gifford Jones is now a healthy 91 years old. But Medi-C Plus is not just for heart health. Medi-C Plus also benefits your immune system, vision, promotes healthy skin, provides support for healthy teeth and gums, healthy joints, and much more. So make Medi-C Plus part of your daily routine and enjoy healthy living. Medi-C Plus at your local vitamin discount center and all fine health food stores. You can also order online at mymedi-c.com or call toll free at 1-844-871-0069.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Making critical decisions when you don't have enough sleep. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. It can be catastrophic or otherwise disastrous, can it not? This study out of Washington State University, interesting experiment. I won't get into the details of what they did in the experiment, but these researchers make some interesting points. And when you're doing experiments and when you're doing lab research, what you're trying to do, and it's very difficult, is try to capture some real life situation or circumstance. You're trying to replicate it. It's hard to do. I mean, they were talking about, for example, investigations into the Chernobyl nuclear power plant meltdown in the Ukraine, or the grounding of the Exxon Valdez oil tanker, or the explosion of the Space Shuttle Challenger, all concluded that sleep-deprived operators played a role in causing the accidents. If that's not dramatic enough for you, I don't know what is. They said that there's a long-standing conundrum for sleep scientists who have been creating a controlled lab situation that they hope and try to sufficiently simulate the circumstances leading to severe lapses in real-world judgment. This is hard to do. Apparently, they did a better job at it in this study. And their goal was to bridge the gap, they said, and capture the essential elements of real-world decision-making in a laboratory experiment. And they make a point. One more point about this study. They said the data show that no matter how hard a person wants to make the right choice, sleep loss does something to the brain that simply prevents it from effectively using feedback. Like I said, and I say all the time, you can't bargain with biology. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're not getting enough sleep. And if you're sleep deprived, your brain just doesn't work as well. Nor do you, or for that matter, probably anything about your physiological makeup. I alluded to Solace. It's a sleep and relaxation aid product. You see the commercials running on Let's Talk Nutrition if you watch the show at letstalknutrition.com, and you hear the commercials if you just listen to the show. Go to takesolace.com. Another interesting story before I bring Dr. Jones on today. It's a snoring study. This business of snoring. What's that commercial, Stephen? That's running. It's Eddie here. You know that guy with the New York accent. Have you heard that commercial? Have you heard those run?
I don't think so.
Oh
no.
My God, they're running the devil out of it on the satellite radio. I listen driving in, and it's for a particular sleep aid product. This guy, he's sort of got this New York, heavy dialect. They're funny commercials, but he's talking about snoring. Zipa is the name of the product, which is a sleep backwards. If you spell sleep backwards, this product or something. How did it see? A Zipa. You spell it backwards and it has something about with sleep. But that's the name of the product, and they're talking about snoring. This comes out of the American College of Chest Physicians. chest physicians, no less. They did a Google search of the words snoring and treatment. And what did they find? 5 million hits. 5 million. But with all of those hits, guess what? They couldn't find one standard treatment available for primary snoring or snoring associated with a mild form of obstructive sleep apnea. But they said in the press release that there's hope. There's hope, okay, for all those sleepless bed partners. This is a Brazilian study and published in Online First section of the journal called Chest. And it found that patients with primary snoring or mild obstructive sleep apnea, it's called OSA, they could do some exercises that significantly reduce the frequency of snoring by 36%. I don't know if you have that release, if you can show that. Do you have the images of the guy's mouth? There you go. And what you see there are exercises that they recommend that can help reduce the frequency of snoring by 36% and total power of snoring by 59%. And if you see that image, you see the guy doing all these different exercises. The exercises included pushing the tip of the tongue against the roof of the mouth and sliding the tongue backward, or sucking the tongue upward against the roof of the mouth and pressing the entire tongue against the roof of the mouth, or forcing the back of the tongue against the floor of the mouth while keeping the tip of the tongue in contact with the bottom front teeth, and finally, or elevating the back of the roof of the mouth with the while saying the vowel A. Go to Facebook.com and Let's Talk Nutrition Facebook page, and you'll probably find that study listed there, and you can go look and see and how to do these exercises.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit TakeSolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Your webcam.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the Digestive Care Company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus for heart health and more, New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom, NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Some way, somehow, we made it through the week. It's Friday. I'm glad you made it too, and I'm glad you're here. And we're just delighted to have the opportunity to now be syndicated across the United States, and that syndication keeps growing. And we're in the South, Northeast, Midwest, moving west, and we appreciate every radio station that airs this show. So thank you, and thank you for listening and watching. Watch at letstalknutrition.com. My guest is Dr. Gifford Jones. He's becoming one of my favorite guests, if not already one of my favorite guests, for a lot of different reasons. I have a lot of regard for Dr. Jones and what he has done in his career. Was a surgeon his entire life. Still works. He's out there, publishes his article every week, and syndicated article. Makes appearances, comes on radio shows and whatnot. Very active. He's 91 years old, working on his 92nd year. It's all good, right? Dr. Jones, did you ever go into the surgery room and didn't have enough sleep?
Good morning, Dr. Garko. Yes, I did. And I tell you, it's not a good feeling. And matter of fact, I trained initially in general surgery, and then switched over to gynecology. But when you do that, you also have to go into the program with obstetrics and gynecology. And I never really enjoyed doing OB. And when I got to opening my practice, for a few months I did obstetrics and gynecology. Then I decided it was really in those days when if you were an OB/GYN surgeon, you were sort of alone. Now they're in group practice, so they work maybe one night in 10 or one night in 7. But in those days, you delivered your own obstetrical patients. And I finally decided that you can't be up all night and then do good surgery in the morning. It just
clearly.
So I made a very a bad financial move, but I thought it was a good move for my patients. I just came home one night and I said to my wife, "I'm no longer doing obstetrics," and that meant we ate cheese sandwiches for quite a few months. But it was a very, very good decision because cannot. In those days, you got tired, and when you're opening up an abdomen, there was a major operation, you should be 100% okay, and you can't do that being up all night.
Yeah, I know you were listening as I was reporting on this sleep loss study and how it impairs decision-making in crisis situations. I mean, this implicates all sorts of professions. Surgeons, doctors generally, but surgeons in particular, first responders, military personnel, parents in a crisis. I told the story of my mom having to run across the street. The lady's child was turning blue, had swallowed a toy. The mom froze, was just standing there screaming, holding the baby, didn't know what to do. My mom saved that baby's life. This happens all day long, every day in the world, throughout the world. People, and if you're sleep deprived or impaired, my God, it could be catastrophic. Yes.
Well, let's talk about car accidents. How many car accidents occur every day in North America because people are tired?
Clearly.
And I was driving home from our cottage in upper state New York in the morning. I had a good night's sleep, but somehow I'd had a good breakfast, and by the time I got about 100 miles from my condo, I was getting sleepy. And I thought, I better get off the road and go into a McDonald's and whatever and have a cup of coffee and then go the rest of the journey.
Right.
And that did work. But for people who don't do that, I think there are a lot of people die in a car accident.
Absolutely. That's point well made. Just have to ask you, you probably heard me comment in my monologue that I would have to have the IQ of a monkey not to ask you about given how long you've been walking this earth and all the things that you've done. We haven't even scratched the surface in sharing that with the listener, and the viewer. I would be a fool not to try to talk about your experience, your experiences.
90 plus.
We'll get there. We'll get there. You don't, unless you have a date with some, or you got something planned with the missus today, I'll get to it right away. But if you can hang around a while, you okay with that?
I'm perfectly fine.
Okay, good.
You bet.
Okay, so, in your career, how many years did you practice surgery?
I practiced surgery until I was 75.
So what was that, about 40 years or more?
Yeah, I started when I was 32.
Okay.
Good haul. Matter of fact, I saw my last patient on my 87th birthday.
Wow.
And that was a sad day, very sad. I still miss seeing my patients, and I think that will be. I'll have that feeling for the rest of my life. It was a tough day when you say, "This is the last patient I'm really going to see in my office."
Wow.
But it is what it is, and these times come in our life, and
yes,
you have to say, look, there's another stage that has come and gone, and you get on to other things. Right? I still have my column, and I just got back from a trip to Edmonton, Prince Albert, and a couple of nights ago I was speaking in Saskatoon. So I still keep active that way.
So in all those decades in surgery, have you had moments, crisis moments? Were they infrequent, frequent?
No, I had. Yes, no. You have crisis moments. One of the most crisis moments I had actually goes back to my father's death. My father fractured his hip at age 83, and lived for 5 days. And I was doing surgery during that time. And I remember one morning, a couple of days after it happened, I got into the operating room to do a gynecological operation, and opened up the abdomen and thought, my God, why is God doing this to me today? It was a woman who had had terrible pelvic infections, and the anatomy was completely, banged up. It was not normal anatomy at all. And now this is going to be a very, very difficult job. And the thought went through my mind, of obviously committing an error. And it's like, what I've got to do is I've got to forget about my father who's dying in the hospital where I'm working, and just concentrate on this one problem at hand. And I think that was one of the most serious times in my life when I was doing surgery. Luckily got through it okay.
Mm-hmm. See, and you remember it as clearly today as probably the day it happened.
You bet I do. And I remember my father's death today just as well as it happened.
Yeah.
So these are these crisis moments in your life which you really, really never forget. And I don't think you should forget them.
No, you're right. Nor should you forget them. Thank you for sharing that. That's why I love having you on the show, Dr. Jones. That's why the listeners and the viewers love having you here too. We'll be right back.
At Canavest, we believe that the future of hemp is unlimited, and through innovative and responsible application and science, we will enhance the prosperity and well-being of our customers, employees, and communities. As pioneers, our long-term goal at Canavest is to locate hemp seed processing mills near to our future family of hemp farmers. These local factories will convert hemp seed into nutritious oil, protein powders, bread flour, and hemp meal. Canavest supports local efforts and believes that sustainability starts locally. Canavest was named one of the Nutritional Outlook's Best of 2014, and we are committed to pioneering the hemp revolution as the world's leading producer of quality hemp-derived CBD products. Resistance to change is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tools and with yesterday's concepts. The hemp revolution is here, and it's up to all of us to change perception and to impact policy. Will you join us in this movement? Learn more about the education and science behind Canavest at canavest.com.
Do you know what's in your multivitamin? Is your multivitamin just synthetic, chemically processed vitamins and minerals that lack the whole food benefits found in nature? Or does it deliver much more? New Chapter takes vitamins and minerals another step, delivering whole food cultured multivitamins. Why cultured? There's a long tradition of fermenting foods with good bacteria to create gentle, cultured products. Yogurt and miso are great examples of healthy, cultured foods. New Chapter brings culturing to multivitamins using special recipes of live probiotics and organic fruits and vegetables to transform each individual nutrient. The results? New Chapter whole food cultured multivitamins, gentle enough to take anytime, even on an empty stomach. Discover the New Chapter difference. Nutrition cultured for your benefit. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local Fine Health food store.
Hi, I'm Jordan Rubin, founder and CEO of Garden of Life. Oceans 3 was created with a simple premise in mind. Develop a line of premium omega-3 fish oil formulations that met or exceeded the market leader in quality, and then go beyond omega-3 by providing amplified benefits and value to the consumer. Oceans 3 contains ultra-pure, high-potency fish oil, along with astaxanthin and fucoxanthin. Each of these ingredients, when taken individually, have superb benefits. When they are combined into the exciting compound omega-xanthin, they work synergistically to amplify their already amazing benefits. In addition to the synergy of omega-xanthin, Oceans 3 offers unrivaled purity and greater value than the leading omega-3 fish oils available today, making the Oceans 3 family of products the best choice for anyone looking to add a healthy dose of omega-3 fats and a giant dose of extraordinary health to their lives.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Jarrow Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Jarrow Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to jarrow.com. That's JARROW for the best and highly absorbable bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Canavest, from seed to shelf. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. 877-897-8255. That's a toll-free number. If you call outside the United States, you have to call 813-636-8255. 8255. My guest is Dr. Gifford Jones, and I was talking with Dr. Jones about some of his experiences as a surgeon, and in particular, if he ever had to deal with some sleep deprivation and going into surgery, and what was that like? And he told some interesting story there. And then I asked him about, did he ever have a crisis moment? And he had probably several throughout his career. He was a surgeon for decades, but he remembered one, and he gave a pretty compelling account of one moment when he had a serious operation, and at the time his father was in the same hospital dying. We all have these kind of crisis moments, and in this new study that I reported on in the opening of the show today out of Washington State University talks about how sleep loss impedes decision-making in crisis. I may catch you by surprise, but I doubt it, Dr. Jones. True or false? Vitamin C is associated with sleep.
Well, let's put it this way, Dr. Garko. We know it's under periods of stress, you need more vitamin C. And if you are stressful and you can't, and you've had a few bad nights and can't sleep, I'm sure you need more vitamin C at that time. I don't know of any experiment that's been done to show that, but we do know that experiments have been done to show that people under stress certainly need more vitamin C, whether it is stress from a surgical operation, whether it's stress from an infection, because we know when you're under stress from an infection, the needs for vitamin C soar tremendously. I don't know whether you're aware of the story of Alan Smith, who was dying of swine flu virus and was in a terrible condition, and all antibiotics had been used to no avail. He was on life support. He was comatose. And they were wanting, the family were called together by the doctors in New Zealand and said, look, Alan Smith is going to die. We want to remove life support. And they would have moved life support if it wasn't for the fact that one of the sons had read about Dr. Linus Pauling, and the son asked the New Zealand doctors to at least give big doses of vitamin C intravenously to their father before stopping life support. And the New Zealand doctor said, no, we won't do that. Well, why won't you do that? Well, because vitamin C is useless, and besides, vitamin C is not part of the protocol for treating swine flu virus. So the battle went on for a couple of days until the son arrived with his lawyer at the hospital. Doctors never like to see lawyers. And the lawyer said, look, you've got two choices. You can remove life support as you want to do, but the doctors are going to be sued, and the hospital is going to be sued. Or you can do the alternative. You can show us that vitamin C intravenously is absolutely useless, and then remove life support. So, of course, faced with that kind of decision, they gave intravenous vitamin C, 500,000 milligrams the first day, and then large intravenous dosages the succeeding days. All of a sudden, they found out that the lungs were starting to clear. In fact, a few days later, Alan Smith came out of his coma, and a few days later, they removed life support. And a week later, he walked out of the hospital alive and well. Now, you would think the doctor would then say at that point, bloody good, what a miracle. And yet, they went on, when they were interviewed by New Zealand television, they said, we are delighted Alan Smith is alive and well, but he's alive and well because all the antibiotics we gave him suddenly started to work.
Yeah, denial is a pretty powerful force. Living in denial.
That's right.
Unbelievable. What a wonderful story. I want to come back to this story and the implications of it and so on. I wanted to share with you and the listener and the viewer of the show that there's a relatively new line of research where they're taking nutrients and they're trying to determine what effect a particular nutrient will have on the quality of sleep. It's a relatively new area, relatively speaking. Well, according to Sleep Medicine, in January 2008, they talked about that. Now, there have been some studies published since that report that show that, believe it or not, that a lack of vitamin C can cause shorter and non-restorative sleep. If you go on PubMed, you'll find these studies. More recent studies are trying to verify the nature of the relationship between vitamin C and sleep quality. University researchers at Dr. Jones, researchers at the University of Pennsylvania took a look at some data from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, the NHANES. And what they discovered was that people who consumed smaller amounts of vitamin C, they only slept for 5 to 6 hours nightly. That was published in a journal called Appetite in May of 2013. I'm just sort of teasing you now with these studies, but my point is there is now a line of research showing deficiency in vitamin C and having a deleterious effect on sleep quality. What do you make of that?
Dr. Garko, that's news to me, but it's very, very interesting news, and it may be why I sleep so well. Because I take 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C every day.
I know you do.
It's amazing, even waking up in the morning.
Absolutely. Now, there was a report in the very prestigious PLO1, Public Library of Science 1, August 2014 issue. When I come back, I'll share with you what they found in the relationship between vitamin C and sleep quality. I'm having a hard time hearing the music. What is that? You playing new music, Stephen? Is that new music? It sounds something. No? It sounds like it's from Wagner or something. I don't know what I'm hearing. I guess we're going into some break. We're going into a break. You're going to have to give me a high sign. Give me a hard high sign. I got 10 seconds. We'll be back with Dr. Jones. This is live radio, ladies and gentlemen. That's what goes on around here. So sometimes, it's okay. We do okay. We have lots of stories to tell, lots of studies to talk about, and of course, the inimitable. And
as a family-owned
made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Well, May 8th, Friday. Good deal. Glad you're here. Glad to be here with you. Dr. Jones is here. He always makes his way onto the show sooner or later. We always enjoy having him here, Dr. Gifford Jones, telling some interesting stories in the opening. And I was sharing with him some new research concerning vitamin C. And he said this was news to him, which is, if I can share something new with Dr. Jones, then I feel I've had a good day. And I was going to tell him and tell you about a study in the August 2014 issue of Public Library of Science 1. It is a prestigious journal. And what they found was that people who had low blood levels of vitamin C had more difficulty with sleep disturbances, such as waking up during the night. Who knew? And so when you do a show like this, you can't leave any research stone unturned. You have, I get ideas. Sometimes I say, I wonder if there's a correlation between. What's the relationship? And I may not have anything that comes to mind. And I'll say, well, let me go and look and see. And I remember when I was a graduate student, I had two professors that taught a research methods class. And they instilled, and to this day I remember it. Yes, you have to know where to go to get the information. A good researcher, that's and I know that sounds trite, but boy, how right they were. You have to know where to go. You have to know the right questions to ask. And so I was thinking about Dr. Jones last evening. I knew he was going to be a guest on the show. I talked with some of the people at Medi-C Plus and told me, talk about Dr. Jones. He was on my mind. And I said, vitamin C. And I knew I was going to report on a couple of stories regarding sleep today. And I said, I couldn't think of one study, not one, that was related to sleep and vitamin C. And then I went on to PubMed and I started rooting around a little bit here and there. And lo and behold, Dr. Jones, I found a line of research taking a look at that very relationship. Who knew, right?
Well, that's great. That's great. I find it rather interesting because I've done an awful lot of reading about vitamin C in the last few years. And I must admit I had not come across anything related to vitamin C and sleep.
Well, if I can share something new with you, I feel privileged that I could do that, to be able to do that. Because
there's always something new under the sun.
Isn't there, though? Isn't there? And no matter how long, and the longer you live, the more you realize how much is under that sun.
If there wasn't anything new under the sun, life would be pretty dull.
It would. Medi-C Plus, great product. Dr. Jones does 10 grams a day. It's called Medi-C Plus. The plus part is the lysine that's added to it. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, if my memory serves. And Dr. Jones does 10 grams of vitamin C a day with the appropriate ratio amount of lysine. The Medi-C Plus comes in pill form and in powder form. I do both. And I'm mixing the Medi-C Plus with my pre-workout and intra-workout drink when I train 5 days a week, go into the gym and work out. And the product is sold in Canada, very popular in Canada. And what we're trying to do on Let's Talk Nutrition is help Medi-C Plus get into the United States so they can be sufficiently represented throughout North America. And right now, the product is sold in Tampa at Vitamin Discount Center stores, and they're now selling it at Abby's Health Store in Tampa. And then up in the Philadelphia area, they're selling it there as well. And Holly Hill would be the health store there where they're selling the Medi-C Plus. So little by little, one show at a time, one store at a time, Medi-C Plus is making its way into the United States. Dr. Jones, let's go to Tampa, Florida. We have a caller, Bill. Welcome to the show, Bill.
Hi. I have a question about vitamin C, but first a comment about the studies in the low C, and then they have the low B and the low that is found in breast cancer and sleeping people and everything. Don't you think a lot of these studies, the persons are just low in a lot of nutrients? A lot of them are probably just clinically malnourished, so you could say they're low in just a variety of different things on whatever subject matter that they happen to be studying that time.
It depends. I understand your point. Again, as a graduate student, one of my professors always reminded me as a researcher that randomness would be your best friend. And in many of these studies, they try to pick a random sample so that you tease out and that kind of factor that would intervening variable that would cause dissonance or problems in the study.
You could get a homeless guy off the street and say, he has a skin cancer, and do a blood test on him, and
sure,
skin cancer is a focus, and then the focus would be B complex. Well, he's low in B complex. Well, he's low on 1,000 other things as well.
Sure, I know, but that's my point. When you're doing research, you're trying to use randomness. You're selecting a random sample of people, so you're trying to control for those kinds of effects.
My question, doctor, to both the doctors, is about vitamin C. People ask me all the time about vitamin C. Should they take the acidic form or a buffered form?
Good question.
I just think that in nature, we're getting it. It's unbuffered, really. So isn't the ascorbic acid just by itself, wouldn't that be the best form in an unbuffered form?
It's interesting.
Yes. I think the main thing is to take ascorbic acid, period. And not only, as Linus Pauling used to say when he was criticized by by the medical profession, scurvy is no longer around. He said, yes, but you only need 10 milligrams of vitamin C to prevent scurvy. You need several thousand to prevent cardiovascular disease. So it's not only, it's the dosage, too, that's important.
The dosage. And, of course, then you have different forms.
Yes, you have calcium and sodium and so forth, but I don't think that really makes any difference whether you take one or the other. Mm-hmm. If you're giving intravenous vitamin C, then you must use the sodium form.
Mm-hmm. So it depends on in the health stores, Dr. Jones. Typically, what form of vitamin C is being sold? Typically,
the small amount of calcium.
Mm-hmm. And they
seem to push the ester C a lot, Dr. Garko, and you go in a lot of stores, I'm sure, and they push the ester C.
I know.
And I will say, this is just my own body, but back in, it's been 10 years now, I got myself all twisted around. I was taking a lot of ester C a day, probably 3,000 milligrams, and drinking distilled water, and I was just on fire inside with acid, and I didn't know that till I started getting pH tests, but I wasn't feeling well.
Wow.
But I was just so acidified from drinking that distilled water, and apparently the process in which they make that ester C can make you more acidic as well. So that's what happened there. But one of the healthiest persons I ever met was a 85-year-old man I met in the gym. I don't know if he's still around, but he would take a spoonful of white powder. That white powder was ascorbic acid. And he would also drink olive oil, which was unheard of at the time, So those are the two things that he did every day, along with he said he drank a glass of wine.
Yeah, see, and people have their little protocols, and I'm a big fan. You know, that's an interesting story you tell about taking that particular form of C and then drinking the distilled water. That can get you into trouble, and that's why it's good from time to time. It's a very easy test to see the acid-alkaline balance, in your body. You should be at 7.0. You don't want to be too acidic. You don't want to be too alkaline. And people don't understand that when you're taking supplements, moderation, good sense, and science should be your guiding lights. We'll be right back.
Are you able to consume the recommended 6 to 8 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in a day for optimal health and well-being? Who has time to prepare and eat that many servings? Now there is a way to consume 5 whole servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in an easy-to-mix drink. That's half of your daily recommended servings in one drink. Introducing Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst Powder, made up of 29 enzymatically alive whole foods, along with 7 antioxidant-rich berry extracts in a delicious powder form that you can easily mix into water or your favorite fruit juice. Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst contains sea vegetables, probiotics, organic grasses, and herbal extracts that help to support the immune system, provide increased energy, provide an alkaline pH, and cleanse and detoxify the body. No heat is used in the processing of Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst, so it is enzymatically alive, just like fresh fruits and vegetables. You can find Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst at your local health food store. Ask for it by name.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
That's why I like callers to get in contact with the show. Bill, it got me to be thinking about vitamin C. Of course, Dr. Jones is here talking about Medi-C, and I'm thinking about it already, but Bill's call got me to thinking about it in other ways and to share with the listener and the viewers of the show some other things about vitamin C. Dr. Jones always has a thing or two up his sleeve to share with you about vitamin C. Medi-C Plus, if you want to get some of Medi-C Plus here in the Tampa Bay area, you can go to Vitamin Discount Center stores, and you can also go to Abby's up in the Philadelphia area. Go to Holly Hill Health Food Store. Then there's a phone number, and if you're watching the show, we'll put up a image where you can get the phone number as well as the website for Medi-C Plus, and the phone number is 844-871-0069. That's a toll-free number. You can call and order some Medi-C Plus if they're not carrying it in your health store and you wanted to get it right away, or go to mymedi-c.com, their website. Dr. Jones, welcome back.
Thanks very much.
So, ascorbic acid. I know you're pretty familiar with the history of vitamin C. It was not isolated from lemons until about 1932 of all things, lemons. And at that time, though the scourge of scurvy, which you allude to from time to time, certainly made us aware of the vitamin C deficiency disease. Do you know that it was first written about sometime circa 1500 BC, and it was also described by Aristotle in 400 BC as a syndrome characterized by a lack of energy, gum inflammation, tooth decay, and bleeding problems. He was talking about vitamin C deficiency. I thought I'd share that with you.
So you're educating me quite a bit this morning, Dr. Garko.
I want to give attribution. It's okay. This is edutainment.
Aristotle said a lot of important things.
Yeah, he did, didn't he, though?
Moderation in all things. Aristotle's golden rule is moderation in all things.
Exactly. And I was sharing that with you, and there's a book entitled Staying Healthy with Nutrition. It's one of the earlier editions by Dr. Elson Haas. So I want to give him attribution. Dr. Haas is pretty good, and he always has things to say. And then you always refer to the British Navy when the soldiers and the sailors were dying from scurvy until James Lind, L-I-N-D, discovered the juice of the lemons could cure and prevent the devastating and deadly deficiency of vitamin C disease.
Yes, and the interesting thing is when he discovered it and reported it to the British Admiralty in London, you would think the British Admiralty would say, bloody good, what a miraculous discovery, because in those days, sometimes on long sea voyages, 90% of the sailors died. Only 10% returned to port.
That's unbelievable.
So it really is unbelievable. But the point is, it only takes about 10 milligrams of vitamin C to prevent scurvy. And that's why people were often saying to Dr. Linus Pauling, what's the big deal? We don't have scurvy anymore. And he got so tired of having that said to him that he said, it's the dosage, stupid. It's the dosage. You've got to have several thousand milligrams to prevent cardiovascular problems and only 10 milligrams to prevent scurvy. So that it's something that has to be stressed to your readers, that you not only have to take large amounts of vitamin C on a regular lifetime basis, you have to be really dedicated to it, because as I've been on it for now 17 years after my heart attack. I don't miss taking vitamin C for a day. And if they're going to take Medi-C for a couple of months, save your money. Go out and buy a good meal in the evening, but don't waste your money if you're not dedicated to taking it over a long period of time, because our body will never produce vitamin C. Animals produce vitamin C in large amounts. As a matter of fact, if any of your readers or listeners are on the air right now that may be interested to know that their dog will produce 5,000 milligrams every day. And if the dog gets into a fight with a neighbor's dog or develops an infection, that dog will produce 100,000 milligrams a day.
Wow. Amazing. So in that regard, they're more evolved than we are.
Well, nature has told animals something that humans don't know. And that's why Alan Smith, of course, the man that we were talking about earlier, required 500,000 milligrams to cure his swine flu virus infection.
Mm-hmm. And reference to my earlier listener's call, Bill, there are different forms of vitamin C. There's ascorbic acid. There's calcium ascorbate. There's magnesium ascorbate. There's ester C.
And sodium ascorbate.
Right. And then you can a tablet or powder. A powder form of vitamin C will be more rapidly absorbed, most people would say. Would you agree with that?
Yes, very, very definitely. When I'm at home, I always use the powdered form of Medi-C. But when I've been traveling, as I have for the last week, I take the capsule form, which is just easier to carry with you.
Hmm. I was reading this one article. They said, and let me quote them: "Do not take vitamin C supplements in tap water, as the metals in tap water, like copper and iron, will oxidize the vitamin C and make it useless."
I've never heard that.
Me either.
Never heard it.
Both of us are stumped on that one.
No, there's always something new, but sometimes these new things just aren't so.
Yeah, they don't. Yes, exactly. We'll be back. Medi-C Plus. You got to get that into your daily routine every day.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine, for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Gen Z.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the Digestive Care Company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom, NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Yeah, so much time, so much to learn and so little time. Yeah, when you do this kind of show, you sort of have to have a Renaissance approach, I think. When you host a show such as this, when you have guests on such as Dr. Jones, who knows a lot, you got to be able to keep up with these people. So you have to know a lot about a lot of things, and you got to know about the art and the science of things. You know, as I say, a Renaissance approach. And so I'm always looking and digging and trying to better understand and share with you different insights into what we're talking about. And there's a very good nutrition book by Elton Haas. It's in its second edition, Staying Healthy with Nutrition. And in the book, Dr. Jones, Dr. Haas, and I want to get your take on this, he talks about ascorbic acid. It's being readily absorbed from the intestines. Ideally, he says about 80 to 90% of that ingested, and then usually out of the blood within 3 to 4 hours. And he said, and I'm quoting now, for this reason, it is suggested that vitamin C supplements be taken at 4-hour intervals rather than once a day, or it may be taken as a time-released ascorbic acid, close quote. What do you make of that?
That's true, because the half-life of vitamin C is 30 minutes. So that if you take 5,000 milligrams, say, of vitamin C at 8 o'clock, by 9 o'clock, you've lost half of it. That's why you have to have a regular intake of vitamin C throughout the day. For instance, I take 4,000 milligrams of vitamin C following my breakfast, and then at noon I take another 2,000 milligrams and another 4,000 in the evening.
I see.
Hopefully, to maintain a good blood level. So that ideally, if the animals, of course, are producing it all the time.
I know. See, in that regard, as I said, they're more evolved than we are.
And that's why ideally, of course, as what some people do is they put a lot of vitamin C in a flask and then take sips of it during the course of the day, which is maybe even better. But in the course of the busy day, of course, it's you also have to be practical. And taking it 3 times a day normally gives you a reasonably good blood level.
And you alluded to this earlier when you were talking about stress. It turns out that vitamin C is even used more rapidly under stressful conditions. It's also used more rapidly with alcohol use and with smoking. And
with infection.
And with infection. And I wanted to go back to that story that you told about, what was the fellow's name?
Alan Smith.
I was going to say Alan Jones. I had, Jones Smith. I was close.
He was a New Zealand farmer.
Yeah. And they saved his life.
That's right. And he would be dead now if his son had not known that intravenous vitamin C could cure a viral disease. And, it's interesting. I'm sure you're aware of Dr. Frederick Klenner. Dr. Klenner was a young doctor in North Carolina. He was a family doctor. He had no training in virology. He had no laboratory assistance, but he was placed in charge in 1949 to 50 in the great polio epidemic. And he was placed in charge of a ward with 60 patients who had early polio. And at that time, incidentally, in 1949 to 50, in my 4th year of Harvard Medical School, I was lying in hospital with polio too.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, if I had been, here I was in the so-called, you know what Bostonians think, Dr. Garko, that it's the mecca of education.
I know.
And here I was in 1949 in a hospital in Boston with learned professors at the Harvard Medical School saying, I'm sorry that your paralysis is a little worse than it was yesterday. You can no longer move your legs. But we can't do anything about it. If I had been under the care of this Dr. Frederick Klenner, a family doctor in a small North Carolina town, I would have been given 100,000 milligrams of vitamin C intravenously a day for 14 days. And believe it or not, Dr. Garko, not one of his patients developed paralysis.
You know, that when I hear stories like that, and that's why people should never underestimate their imagination, their creativity, their instincts. And you know, you certainly want to rely on systematic science and systematic research and so on. But then again, there are things that, you know, intuition takes you down a path, and your creativity and imagination will take you down a road that sometimes will defy the standard, won't it?
That's true. And you know, the sad thing about it is that doctors can sometimes be showing these facts at a medical meeting. And Dr. Frederick Clinter, before the Alabama Medical Society, told these learned doctors what had happened. It went in one ear and out the other. And I'll bet if you ask most doctors in Canada and the United States right now, can intravenous vitamin C cure polio or meningitis or encephalitis or measles, they would say no. It's amazing how a great discovery like that can collect dust, and that's why it's so frustrating when you're talking about Medi-C Plus and vitamin C in general, that this should be the headlines of every newspaper in the world, because we now can prove that taking vitamin C orally in large doses can not only prevent but can reverse atherosclerosis in coronary arteries.
Yeah, and you and I have talked about that a number of times on previous shows. And as you point out, the dosage is what's critical here.
If you take, is totally critical.
Yeah, if you take 500 milligrams of vitamin C and expect your flu virus to be moderated, you're delusional.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work. Simply, it's the dosage. You know, you start doing 10 grams with appropriate amount ratio of lysine, as it's found in Medi-C Plus, then you're in good shape. Let's go to Tampa, Florida. Robert, you had a question about the liver and vitamin C, I presume.
Right. I was interested in the Medi-C, but I was afraid to take it because I had hepatitis C. I got onto the PEG interferon program, and my doctor told me that I was cured from hepatitis C. And now I'm 65, and I want to know if I can take it.
Okay, good. That's an excellent question. We come back, we'll have Dr. Jones address that, and this is why I encourage people to call Robert and others. When you call with such wonderful questions and issues, it illuminates the topic, and you'd be surprised. There are many people out there probably with the same kind of question or concern. And I've often said, fellow people that listen to the show and watch the show can be even more persuasive than I or even the guest at times. Hard to do that with Dr. Jones, but it could happen. So please call the show, as Robert just did, and we'll have Dr. Jones address his question when we come back, and I'll have the LTN Health question of the day, and you can win a $25 supplement gift card. Medi-C Plus. Dr. Jones persuaded me to include it in my daily protocol, and now I take 10 grams a day just like he does.
We live in an age of fast information, high-speed communication, instant gratification, rapid transit, ready mixed, pre-cooked, heat and serve, and living life on a moment's notice. But when it comes to staying healthy, you pause for a moment. Jarrow Formulas has been formulating high-quality nutritional products for over 30 years and has been a leader in the research and development of some of the most effective, affordable, and cutting-edge natural health solutions in the world. At Jarrow Formulas, they understand that distinction does not happen overnight and that a reputation for excellence is only earned through many years of persistence. Their staff of scientists and health professionals insist on doing things the old-fashioned way, with clinical studies and scientific research. They believe that the true test of a quality company is the purity, potency, and good value of its products and meeting the highest expectation of those who matter most, their customers. For more information about their superior formulas and to request free samples of their leading brands, please go to www.jarrow.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garko. Did you know that over 20 million people in the United States suffer from some form of joint pain? If you have joint or muscle pain, Flexin can help. Good joints are an essential part of everyday life, and the lack of healthy joints can prevent you from enjoying daily activities and rob you of a better quality of life. Flexin is specially formulated with CM8 to provide the pain relief and support your joints need. Flexin CM8 is designed to lubricate your joints and muscles while reducing inflammation and supporting stronger cartilage. Flexin isn't just another glucosamine supplement, it's much more. Its extraordinary formula is composed of powerful ingredients and a special blend of enzymes that make digestion and absorption fast and easy, with results in as little as 1 week. So if you want to enjoy everyday activities again and improve your quality of life, look no further than Flexin. For more information, call 1-800-NPAIN. That's 1-800-NPAIN, or visit your local fine health food store and pick up a bottle of Flexin today.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you know that doctors recommend omega-3 essential fatty acids for kids and grown-ups alike? Nordic Naturals, the #1 fish oil in the U.S., offers omega-3s for everyone. In fact, Nordic Naturals has one of the largest product portfolios in the world. Our best-selling Ultimate Omega is available in soft gels or liquid, both with a light, clean lemon flavor and no fishy aftertaste. This concentrated formula has been clinically shown to support heart health. For children, kids everywhere love Nordic Naturals Children's DHA, offered in great-tasting strawberry liquid or chewable soft gels. New Omega Boost is a creamy, delicious formulation of omega-3s. With its great mango taste and velvety smooth texture, Nordic Naturals Omega Boost is a great choice for the whole family. Nordic Naturals carefully manages every step of production of our omega-3 fish oils from boat to bottle, so you can count on Nordic Naturals to be exceptionally pure, fresh, and effective. Nordic Naturals for kids and grown-ups alike. Available at natural products retailers or online at NordicNaturals.com.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit Kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Canavest, from seed to shelf. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. NZ Medica, the enzyme experts. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. Correct answer, $25 gift card. This is a true or false. So statistically, you have a 50-50 chance of getting the answer right. So guess if you don't know. But you should know the answer to this. True or false? There is research to suggest that vitamin C deficiency can lead to poor quality sleep. True or false? Is it true or false that vitamin C deficiency could lead to poor quality sleep? 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Let's go back to Robert in Tampa. And Dr. Jones, in response to Robert's question, you had hepatitis C at one point, right, Robert?
Yes.
Okay, so your doctors say you're cured of that, and you want to know if taking vitamin C and this Medi-C Plus in particular, maybe 10 grams a day with the lysine, would have a deleterious effect. Your response, Dr. Jones?
Yes, Dr. Garko. It would have no effect at all. And the reason it would have no effect is that if this gentleman this evening has a chicken dinner, he's getting a fair amount of lysine. And in the morning, if he gets up and has a large glass of orange juice, again, he's getting a large amount of vitamin C. And that's not doing his liver any harm. So all he's doing when he takes Medi-C Plus is increasing the effectiveness of vitamin C at a higher dosage. And we know that vitamin C in high dosages, rather than being bad for you, are good for you. They increase your immunity, which is a good thing when you've had liver problems. So there's no, to my knowledge, there's nothing in the world literature that says that this gentleman can't take Medi-C Plus, and it not only, and it will be helpful to him.
There you go. Does that answer your question, Robert?
Yes, Dr. Garko. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
It's our pleasure, and thank you for calling, and thank you for listening to the show, Robert. We appreciate it. Let's go to Lansdale, Pennsylvania. That is a strong market for Let's Talk Nutrition. We're delighted to be in that area, and Lila lives there. Lila, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
How are you doing today?
I love your show.
Well,
very good. It's beautiful weather.
We love that you love the show. That's a nice. By the way, that's a lovely name, Lila.
Thank you.
So, is it true or false, Lila, that a vitamin C deficiency could lead to poor quality sleep?
I think it's true.
It is true, and I cited a couple of studies, one from Public Library of Science 1 and a couple of other ones. It's not a robust line of research, but there are a few studies out there that would suggest that. So congratulations. You won a $25 supplement gift card, and spread the word up in your neck of the woods. The best marketing is one person telling another about this or that. So the this or the that would be Let's Talk Nutrition, Lila. Share with your friends and tell them to listen or watch the show, okay?
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. It's a lot of fun to do this kind of work, isn't it, Dr. Jones?
Surely is. Really the great fun is I just got back from a tour of Western Canada talking with people, and it is really so refreshing when they come up to you and say, we like what you write in your column, and they just want to get together and talk with you and share stories with you. It really is a good feeling to communicate with the lay public and get these educational messages of which there are many out to the public, which they're often not getting.
It's so true, and that's why we do this show. And it's it's a commitment, and you have to have a passion for it. And what I've learned, and I know you learned a long time ago too, there are many people that are seeking the information, and they want to know, and you're trying to give them the right information. And around here, we try to persuade people to make better choices. Like, for example, with the Medi-C Plus, I'm very transparent in what my agenda is. I'm trying to persuade people to consider taking the Medi-C Plus for their better health, based on your own personal accounts and the research and everything that we know about vitamin C. So we're very grateful that you can help with that project. 844-871-0069 is a toll-free number. You can order some Medi-C Plus, 844-871-0069, or go to mymedi-c.com. The Medi-C Plus is sold now in the United States. We're trying to help with that. It's sold in Tampa at Vitamin Discount Center stores at Abby's Health Store, and up in Lansdale area, Philadelphia area, at Holly Hill. It's also sold there as well. So, Dr. Jones, what are you going to do the rest of the day?
I guess write a column.
Every time I ask you, you're going. That's what I'm going to go do too. I'm going back to my office, and I've been working on a paper talking about sugar.
Yes, the interesting thing about sugar, I don't know, you've taught me a lot this morning. Maybe I can teach you something.
Go ahead.
Wait, seriously. Dr. John Yudkin, a British epidemiologist in London, did show years and years ago that if the way you could chart whether people were having a coronary attack or not a coronary attack, but whether or not the nation's incidence of heart attack was going up or down was dependent on the number on the use of sugar. That if you made a chart and showed when sugar consumption was increasing, cardiovascular disease went up. When sugar consumption was decreasing, cardiovascular disease went down. The name of the doctor was Dr. John Yudkin, Yudkin.
What are you talking about? You always teach me something when you come on here. You don't have to go out of your way to do that. No, I didn't know that. And see? So that's what this show's all about, right? Sharing ideas. Ideas have consequences, right, Dr. Jones?
Yes, and also teaching people to lead a healthy lifestyle. That's what we're both trying to do.
Exactly. The best investment you can make is in your health. And you hear me, Andy?
The cartoon character said, "We've identified the enemy, and the enemy is us."
Typically it is. You have a wonderful rest of the day. Have a good writing day. May the ideas flow. And have a wonderful weekend, Dr. Jones. It's always a
pleasure again to be on your show. Many, many thanks.
It's a pleasure to have you here as well. And in the meantime, everyone, take care of yourself and take your Medi-C Plus. Do as Dr. Jones does and as I do, 10 grams a day with the appropriate amount of lysine in the Medi-C Plus. Why? Because your health is your wealth.